How's it going, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Got ourselves a matchup right after Nats. I mean, I guess this is technically the second week of Silly Week. Every week Silly Week now, to be fair. People kind of just figuring out what fun things they can do with some of their like pet decks. Now that we've got trainings and things like that that can really boost consistency. Got Lord Knight making a return in the hands of K-Beats. In fact, both these people on the most recent episode of the podcast, the head judge Terry, on the right. If you haven't seen the episode of the podcast, go make sure to watch it. We're finally, we've hit 3. That proves that we're actually doing this for real. Pitching off the plugin is going to get that draw too. I tried using my old phone for this, just because the one I've been using more recently seems to fill up every so often and just be a nuisance. So I wanted to try going back to the old one, but things look a little bit grainy. Let me know if you guys, if it's a tangible difference once it goes up to 1440p, because I can always just switch back and just have to deal with the nuisances that come with that phone. This build is very shrink based. Like, yeah, there's the new consistency of like physical training, but like Marcio's built this to just be like a shrink engine. I'm gonna see the Pitamon in the back for 1. I'm going to go into the promo Knightmon. That is another thing that this deck did get. So not only does it have access to trainings, but I mean, using the EX4 Renamon as well. We haven't seen it built, but I know the list does use the blue Yeno Renamon that gets the stuns on stuff that's been shrunk pretty low. That Talmon is the one that free plays Aurika. So now he should be able to swing. Now the question is whether he's going to be using it to go up. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be swinging at security. Go into Sakuyamon. Sakuyamon going to take back the plugin. We're going to gain back 1 memory off the Renamon, draw 1, and then we're going to play the reboot blocker 1. Okay, so it looks like he didn't actually... Did he swing at security? I think there was just about not enough shrink to get the swing at security plus kill, but Terry also hates swinging at sec without jamming. He basically just sits there playing for board clear until he finds the blue plugin, then he's going to loop it on you like 7 times. Training crack to go into Lord Knight for 1. Unfortunately though, he is a little bit stuck, because when he swings, he will be able to get some shrink. But it's probably gonna be blocked or something like that, I'd imagine. Just going to let it come through. Is going to check the top 3, whiff on it, and sends the plugin to the bottom. Goes into hand at least. But I don't think we're going to see too much of an extension here. He's using like spiral more than anything else, and he's not wide enough really to go into anything else. Going to shrink by 2, but it's not going to matter. Go to 3 off of the Rika. And I think this should be a pretty easy crackback. There's no... Well, when he swings, there will be some sort of float, because when another Digimon attacks, you get to play a Digimon from hand. I think Terry's trying to play around that. Yeah, he doesn't have a Sakuyamon to swing in. So he is going to swing at the Lord Knight, use the Rika. Rika is going to give it the reboot. We're going to get some shrinks down, and then we are going to... also have reboot at the end of this, so it can do that reboot blocker. Lord Knight going to play the Pulsemon. Since we are at over 3, he's going to get the draw, so he's at least getting to try and cycle back on the next turn. Not having access to a different Sakuyamon is kind of unfortunate, but we could go... Megalo reduces the cost because we do have a yellow tamer, shrinks off the new one, is going to crack the training, and we're going to go into a second main mode of its own to play Odin's Breath, put Odin's Breath at the top, and that does full board clear, and then it is training to pass things over. Good stuff there from Terry. I'm going to see the physical training get picked up. And there's that blue-yellow Renamon. Just making it so his option cards do cost less. It means your trainings effectively come down for 1 cost, which is obscene in Sakuyamon, very solid in Lord Knight, helps it stay really low to the ground. It being a 3-cost Evo was already very good, but these 1-cost Evos are fantastic. Physical training, putting in work on both sides. And also the fact that you get to draw one as well for them. The Vixie plus Renamon engine is totally worth it, I think. And especially when you're just playing, you also just have it for the freeze. It's definitely the best generic Renamon at the cost of forcing you to play what is arguably one of the best yellow eggs anyway. Ooh. Full climb up into Kuzuhamon, and we do get to put the jamming on it finally, which is going to play out the Renamon, and we are going to search for the line and take a brand new Kuzuhamon. So, jamming unblockable. For that one swing, we should be able to go maid mode into Sakuya. But first we're going to use the Cubimon in order to bring back a plugin. Interestingly, not going into the other one. Or going for the blue plugin, instead just going for that blocker. And interesting that we also didn't see the evolution into Kuzuhamon. He was okay passing 3. Because he wanted to just go obscenely wide. It now becomes really, really difficult for him to actually answer this full board. Jamming unblockable, and I guess it also was the reboot blocker as well. Because it doesn't have to play it on itself. We know that Odin's Breath is the top card in security as well. It's been a while and that turn took so long that you can kind of maybe forget that it was there. Gonna go into Lord Knight for 3. I like that Blinding Ray also basically is like another training in this instance. If he can play... Ooh, second Blinding Ray. We're going to try and go for a kill turn here. He's going to have to. Okay, Centaur's going to shrink the blocker. And then we're going to use Knightmon probably to try and kill off one of the bodies. So that's -4 on the Talmon, -2 on the Kuzuha. He's going to take the block on purpose just to limit the number of damage. Sakuyamon comes down, is going to unsuspend the Lord Knight. So Lord Knight can now swing again. Which is going to play out the Gladiemon. Actually no, Gladiemon there's no security to do, so it's better to go for the Pulsemon. Pulsemon going to gain him back the memory. And we're going to Spiral Masquerade, manages to clear both. Fantastic work there from Marcio. Obviously, there's like no blockers or anything, but it's not like Sakuyamon has space for hybrids. So really, this is just pass as little as possible. Yeah, this is really, really well done. Obviously, it took double Blinding Ray and cost him 2 security, which did put him on lethal. But he was facing down lethal on board anyway. It's one of those things that, like, if Terry had realized, I guess, if he'd gone for Kuzuha off of the when attacking, then he'd be able to put in some serious work. Either way, I guess either way, the fact that he was hitting Odin's Breath, and even if it got trashed, it was still going to do the main effect to sec -1 the board. Like, he wasn't in danger on the crackback. It's whether Marcio can set up a blocker, which, as far as I know, the only blocker they have is the Promo Knightmon. He has played this pretty much perfect. I was going to say, like, he could use the Kuzuhamon just to get literally just as wide, but we're just going to go jamming unblockable with the blue plugin to make sure he cannot get stopped. Alright, going into game 2. Gonna see Renamon to open up, and then the physical training is gonna send the Rika to the bottom. Picking up the pieces that are harder to search. I'm gonna answer back by climbing up to the 4 and the physical training to pass over. Once again, both of them sending their tamers to the bottom with their trainings. And it looks like we're just gonna go straight up Rika. Not gonna play to board, he knows he's playing into Shrink. Physical training this time is going to pick up the TK. You might as well. Check security, what's in there. Ooh. Going to take out the Knightmon. Fantastic card that. It doesn't shrink for 4 like the regular one does. Instead, it shrinks for 3 but has blocker. And then, of course, that inherit when any other Digimon attacks. You get value. I'm going to go into the Yokomon in order to make sure it doesn't die in security. And then we're just going to line up a second one. Pretty comfy. So, I mean, they both have blocker, but obviously only one of them standing. -4k shrink. Oh, -3k shrink. I'm going to give it to the blocker, of course. And then we're going to use the training in order to go into Lord Knight's swing. And then Lord Knight is going to play out the other Knightmon, which is going to clear the blocker. And that is full board clear. Lord Knight putting in the work. And it's going to pass over. 2 Lord Knights on the board. So fast. Now, I don't think we were expecting that Renamon to stick around very long, but got to find pieces of the line. Looks like we're missing a 5. Alright, Lord Knight. Oh, there's so many of these promos in hand. Clears the body. And then another Digimon is attacked, so it's going to play the Bushiagu as well. So we are set up with insano value. Even though, of course, we do get some decent value on the side of Terry as well. Like, that actually hitting into the plugin is kind of sick, but ugh. This is nearly game on board. Bushiagu, ooh. It's a little bit late, unfortunate. It does get the clear. That Knightmon can't attack because it was played this turn anyway. There's no point spiraling. So just going to climb up the 1. And we do have another... Do you just go for another blocker? No, he's going to instead spend the spiral because I guess it's memory efficient. But then again, it was also memory efficient to just have the blocker as well. I guess this just gives him another chance for shrink. Because he's going to get it for free anyway when the Lord Knight attacks. Renamon swing through. And we do find the 5, but it's a little bit late. Because it's not even the recurd that... It's not even the Talmon that lets you play an option card. So I think he's trying to figure out how he can go into this. He's going to go the training to reduce the cost of Cubimon in order to get back the evolution plugin. Okay. So then it would have to be swing. Oh, you'll get back 2 memory from doing that. You have to swing in order to go the Cubimon. That Renamon was played this turn as well, so it can't swing. You have to swing the more important stack, which is incredibly annoying. I think he can still clear something, just not all of it. But the problem is he has to full clear. I'm going to go Talmon. Trying to keep himself stationary. Or keep himself standing, rather. Draw off the effect, and we do get the Evo. Now you get to play Megalospark, which is going to get the full clear thanks to it, and we do get the heal as well, so whatever swings in will explode into the sun. Yeah, pretty well done, honestly. Getting the 2 memory out, obviously there's no blocker or anything. Pitomon going to lose 2 memory when swinging, is going to hit the Megalospark, which is going to minus 8k. Going to do it to the main Lord Knight. Oh, actually, gets the clear as well. Yeah, nice solid work there.
Matrix Digivolution.
How's it going, y'all? I'm not allowed to use toy footage, so here is player ammo. The thing that's been helping support the channel since pretty much the start of Digimon. If you're watching the ads and you want to dodge them next time, consider joining the memberships. But for those of you interested in the thing that keeps me going and shooting these Digimon videos weekly, player ammo. Woo. Here it is. It's actually way less sweet than some of the other competitors, which makes it pretty nice for me. Delicioso. But yeah, if you want to support me, you can get 10% off on your order, and yeah. See ya. Alright, well, we are set up nicely for game 3, a nice 1-cost choke. Just looking over it, the inherited effect is play 1 black or yellow level 3 Digimon from your hand. So I'm not really fully sure where the promo Knightmon comes from, but either way, I think it was still set up nicely. There was no blockers anyway. The board was wide enough to get enough damage done. Pretty decent opener for Terry. Both of them going for double mem setter again. We're going to see the Talmon built up in the back. And just going to go for an open pass. Once the when Digivolving effect of the 5 Although Lord Knight doesn't really care about when digivolving because it's a when attacking. And then just going to play over the Starmon so that way it can go wide enough. It looks like we're still missing the... level 6. Starmon going to go. She's going to get to play out the rookie. The rookie, nothing to freeze, but it's out for free. Ooh, hits the black plugin, which is actually going to bottom deck the 6 that Terry needed. Although it looks like he does have a 6. I thought I saw a Kuzuha. Manages to get the -4. Really solid shrink. And once again, Sakuyamon comes down to immediately get the unsuspend. Lord Knight. Free play out the Gladi, then Gladi can check security. And it seems like we have no targets on it. This board is incredibly wide. Things are, as they say, not looking good, fam. We do have double training, so at the very least, whatever he gets past, he should be able to put to good use. Digivolve, nothing to shrink. Very wide board. Now we're finally going out. Training, Kuzuha play Megalo. Megalo going to shrink it by 8. Shrink by 2 kills the Renamon. Draw, gain 1. Play out the Yoko. We're going to go into Taomon instead. No on-play effects, but it's okay because it's another level 5. Very similar to the Sakuya tech to just go into it. When something does attack, he is going to float into another body, so I think he wants to clear it without actually having to do it. Oh, we are trying to figure out some maths. We are going to swing. When it's when something attacks, is going to... Oh, is he going to play the Starmon just to try and get the clear? Because Starmons will do 1, 2, 3, 4, -5k, which, yeah, that's pretty rough. -5k. Yeah, still enough to clear, thanks to the -8. But that is a very, very weak swing. Very, very scary. Gonna go into Sakuyamon, which is gonna get the unsuspend to keep it safe. Nothing to bring back. Even with the -5, 6/5 is still enough. Gonna go into Sakuyamon. Sakuyamon play Blast Fire, and then because a 2-cost or more option was played, -3k shrink. Blast Fire is just going to be the recover +1. We do know, obviously, that Blast Fire has no security effect, but setting your opponent's DP to 3k and then hitting it for -3 allows you to shrink literally anything in the game. It is incredibly degenerate, and I love it dearly. It just shows that he really is the yellow player of all time. Just utterly demonic. Gonna find the line and the Rika. Fantastico. Do we... We're kind of low on 6s here. We're going to swing, use the Rika, green plugin to draw 1, evolve, and then it could just pick up the plugin. We're going to gain back 1 memory off of the Renamon. Taomon's going to do a -2k shrink, and we are chilling. Crack training, go into Taomon. Taomon play green plugin or jamming? Oh, that's the one that plays the Rika, which I guess is going to end up getting us to play a plugin anyway. You're going to go for blocker reboot? Yeah. Gain back memory once again. And then Odin's Breath minus... I think it's -3k the board, but also, more importantly, sec -1. Correct the training to evolve for 1. And that is us going into time. I can't remember if it was that's going into overtime or if that is time. I want to say it was time, so this technically is a draw, but the boys playing it out pretty much because, I mean, we can hold up the bracket. Why not? We already started late. And also, content. We don't want to end this on a draw. The shrink on shrink. Centaurusmon going to shrink by 2. Puts Taomon over to 5. The question is, can he clear the board? It's not looking good, fam. Swing, Rika. What have we got? We can't bring a Blast Fire back, but we can go jamming unblockable. It's going to reduce by a little bit. Going to gain back the memory. Second one is going to go into a brand new, bring back the green plugin. We're never going to be using red plugin ever. Free play, free climb. Kuzu play Megalo. And that is now enough to shrink and kill it. And then we get to bring out a terriermon. And it is going to swing in, hits a blinding ray, which means nothing. And that is going to pass over turn. Wasn't able to shrink over the last one, but he's set up pretty clean, some might say. 3 memory off of the TK. He could theoretically get up into Lord Knight here if he had the 5. We're going to crack the training, go for a 1, and then... Yeah, kind of a shame. It's only on play rather than when digivolving. Terry set this one up pretty nicely. So, the official match result is actually a draw, as I said before. But, without the timer, if they could close it out, it would indeed be Sakuyamon taking it for a game. If you like what you saw, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Thanks again, everyone, for the 1K. And until next time, have yourselves a damn good one.